All right, let's go. Straight football. I wanted to do this one over the weekend, but I had some family issues. So I'll do it now because they're playing a big game on Saturday, late Saturday afternoon. And the question is, and I'll give you my answer, but the question is, can the Chargers go deep into the playoffs? I will say this with no tackles, with both of their best tackles are gone. I don't know if they can go deep, but they do have two things going for them: a very good defense, a franchise quarterback, and a damn good coach. And running game, it's okay, not where it should be because the tackles are gone. But Harbaugh, to me, is one of the best coaches in football. His brother, unfortunately, is on the hot seat in Baltimore. But we'll talk about that when we get to where the Ravens end up. What a job this man has done with no tackles. Can you imagine you lose your franchise running back for most of the season? You lose both of your tackles for the season, and yet you're 11-4. And if they win out, they win the division. Okay, they win the division, they win out. Strengths, defense is outstanding, especially the linebackers and the DBs are great. Offensively, the quarterback, of course, the receiving core is not uh, great, but they get the job done, especially McConkey. What's up, Iman? Salute from the plantation. Hopefully, risk crypto goes up in 26. I hope so. I hope it does. Good to see Iman in the building saying what's up to his boy. I hope it goes up. I do. You know, I'll be back tonight, 8:30 for the hockey, but right now it's about football. And this Charger team has surprised me. But the one problem I have with it, you wonder about their guts come 3 weeks from now. Now it's 2 weeks from now when they play their first playoff game. I don't think they'll be the one seed. Um, I don't. How can I say this? I'm so used to them being a malcontent, just like their brothers to the southeast, the Dolphins. Very similar. These two franchises always do the dumbest things, and the Chargers have been blessed. They had John Hadle. They had Dan Fouts. They had Stan Humphries. They had Drew Brees. They had Philip Rivers. And now they have Justin Herbert. This team, whenever it needs a quarterback, the gods drop them a quarterback. The sad part is they never win anything. My opinion, I look at them and I say, I'll believe it when I see it. The teams like them, the Dolphins, uh, who else is like that? Jacksonville, but they're making me a believer now. These teams have always disappointed. You know what I'm saying? So, um, when you watch them, and we're going to see them Saturday against the Texans. I did the Texans a couple of weeks ago. I love that team. Problem though, lack of a power running game. Okay. Shout out to my man Iman. Go. So you just wonder about them. I mean, offensively, what's not to like? Defensively, what's not to like? Intangibles is what you don't like about them. Their past, Jim Harbaugh as an NFL coach, all those flaws come to play come January with this franchise. Always. But they have played very well with no offensive line. I'll say it again. And that's something that I do give them. That they played well with no offensive line. I can't dog them for that one. Last night, the 49ers showed America something late last night that Brock Purdy is Brock Purdy again, which surprised the hell out of me. I mean, he was flawless last night, and so was the Niners. And don't look now, but San Francisco is coming, and they're coming fast. You know, 4 touchdowns for him. Uh, CMC McCaffrey was unstoppable. And the Niners, they went out. They win the division. They'll be the 1 seed, and we're going to do this game Sunday night against the Chicago Bears, and I cannot wait for that one Sunday. Day night up here early, Seattle and Carolina, Miami and Tampa Bay, because those two games are meaningful, and late, and that will be 8:20 Eastern time. The Bears and the Niners in a showdown for the number 1 seed in the N.F.C. So I don't know how these games are going to go, but um, I think the Niner game is going to be outstanding. I really do. I think that game uh, could be a preview of the N.F.C title game. Could be. I mean, I'm no fortune teller, you know, but it's going to be fun Sunday night. That's for sure. It's going to be a fun game Sunday night. I cannot wait to do it up here. Uh, Back to the Chargers. Home for Houston Saturday. Next Sunday, they're in Denver. And if that game comes down to anything, we will do that game next Sunday. If the Broncos are fighting to win that division, we will do that game. New England has a cakewalk. They'll be the New England's looking more and more. They can be the 1 seed. So does the Jaguars. Jaguars have a beaten down Colt team who's eliminated, and then they have the Tennessee Titans, and they swept the A.F.C West. So right now, the Jaguars, with one more Bronco loss, they'll be the 1 seed in the A.F.C. The Jaguars. It'll be them one, uh, uh, them one, the winner of Chargers. If the Chargers win Saturday, Broncos win the division, and then it's going to be uh, it'll be Broncos 1, Jaguars 2, Patriots 3, Steelers 4. Buffalo is going to win out unless they dog it, and I don't think Buffalo is going to dog it against the Eagles. this Sunday. So Buffalo will be the fifth seed. They're going to Pittsburgh, and believe me, the Steelers are already getting ready for that showdown. And you know how they got these Buffalo fans traveling everywhere? That's not going to happen this time around in Titletown, USA. Not Losersville, which is Buffalo, USA. Okay? Seattle, they win Sunday, they're either going to be the first seed or the fifth. And I think they'll beat Carolina Sunday. I do. Seahawks 13-2 on the road since last year. Let me repeat that for you. 13-2 on the road at Carolina, at San Francisco for the Seahawks. So, Rams, they could be 1, they could be 5, they can be 6. Packers, if they win on if the Packers win on Saturday night against beaten down Ravens team, they'll be the seventh seed. And if you're the Bears, do you want a third time around? Now, Love is not playing this week. They're going to go with Malik Willis because of the concussion protocol, which I think is a wise move by the Packers. Don't rush him out there. Last year, that idiot LaFleur did that with a bad leg. And remember that Lions game in the rain? I think it was week 10? Hobbled? Yeah. Okay. Idiots do that. Matt LaFleur. Okay. What else? You have to, and I've been preaching this since I did the game last week. All hail the Jaguars, man. That team is something. They're going to Denver and spank them in the second half like they did was eye opening. And don't look now, but oh boy, Sunshine is playing well, beginning to fulfill his prophecy. Okay, he's beginning to fulfill it, folks. 10 touchdowns in the last two games, 8 throwing, 2 rushing. Hmm. You're looking good, folks. Jags are coming through at the right time, people. And that's what you want to see. Jags are coming on. They're going to be a high seed, folks. They could be the 1, they could be the 2, but they're going to beat the Colts and the Titans. I'm going to check all the conference records of these teams in a minute. Just doing some things right now. Let me take a look at this. Let's see what you guys and people are talking about. Iman's looking at his crypto. Good for him. Saturday, we will do, you guessed it, the Miami Dolphins on Straight Football. We'll have that Saturday, 1:15 Eastern Time. I got a lot of nice things to say about the Dolphins, believe it or not. A lot of nice things. Looking forward to talking about that, the future, which way they're going. And they will pick high enough because Mendoza's not going to be the number 1 pick. They will pick high enough to get Mendoza if they want. Maybe Dallas gets him. Dallas is picking high, and you're going to need a replacement for Dak Prescott. You're going to need a replacement moving forward. Who knows? But I know the Giants and the Titans don't want him. You know what I'm saying? So So let's take a look. Got it right here. Let's take a look at the standings in the AFC. And I'll tell you who has the inside track of being the one seed. Anyway, we'll look at the Patriots. They are 7-3 in the AFC with the Jets and Dolphins left. And they need the games. They're gonna win out. They're gonna be 9-3. The Bills are 8-3, but they beat the Bills once. Steelers don't matter. They're gonna win their division. Now this is where we get serious. Jaguars 8-2, and they swept the AFC West. Wow. So, folks, if the Broncos lose, the Jaguars will be the one seed because they beat them head to head. Chargers are 8-2 in the AFC too, but they lost to the Jaguars. They lost 35-6 in Duval County. So right way now, the way it's looking, if Denver loses to the Chargers in 2 weeks, everything in the AFC goes through Duval County. Jaguars not losing to Tennessee and to the Colts. The Colts may shut down the Philip Rivers experiment now, but they're not going anywhere. And they traded their picks to the Jets. They gave the Jets 2 number 1s. How stupid is that? So right now, the Jaguars with one more Bronco loss, which is possible against the Chargers. And you want to laugh? The Chiefs are 3-7 in the AFC. Boy, has the mighty fallen, right? And by the way, it's official. The Chiefs are moving to Kansas. That's official. So right now in the AFC, Denver with one more loss, and the Jaguars just went out. The Jaguars will be the one seed in the AFC. Isn't that something? Isn't that some shit, folks? And they're not going to lose. They don't play the Texans now. They're going to beat the Colts this week, and they're going to beat the hapless Tennessee Titans the following week. Titans right now, Raiders, Titans, Giants, Cleveland, Jets. Those are your bottom feeders in the AFC, just like they were a year ago. N.F.C, let's look at the most important one, which is the Bears. The Bears are 7-3 in conference. Seahawks are 7-3. 49ers are 8-2. And the Rams are 6-4. What do that say? The Rams will either be the 5 or the 6 seed. San Francisco got the Bears and then the Seahawks. Their 2 games left at home will not be a cakewalk. And Seattle at Carolina at San Francisco. So right now, the road to the Super Bowl in the NFC, if they win out, is San Francisco. You're gonna have to go out there and beat them. Just like you're gonna have to go to Duval County. It's looking more and more, or Denver to beat them, which means the Patriots will be the 3 seed. Either Denver or the Chargers will be the 2 seed. No, the Patriots will be either the 2 and 3 seed. If the Broncos lose one more, in other words, if the Broncos win this week, I will be right back. Hold that point. like I was saying, right now the Niners and the Jaguars have the inside track in both conferences for the 1 seed. And remember, Jaguars won in Denver, okay, and they beat and they won in San Francisco this year. And they have come back when the Colts. Remember, the Colts were 8-2. Now look at the Colts. They've lost what, uh, five in a row. They're done. Okay, they're done. As far as the wild card goes, hey, look, Green Bay has to win. They win this week, they're in. They'll be the seventh seed, which I think is good for them. And I'm gonna tell you why. At Chicago, I'm talking about playoff wise. At the Bears or the Niners. Then from there, most likely they'll end up playing the winner of Philly and the Rams for the AFC title game, N.F.C title. I think, now, I'm not buying Green Bay to do this because Green Bay is Green Bay, but I can tell you the quarterback said it last 2 weeks ago on Pat McAtee. He hates playing in the cold. It'll be interesting with him next season if he doesn't get the job done. How longer can Stafford play? I'm pretty sure he will jump as a free agent to go to LA, to go home to Southern California and be a Ram. I know his wife will like it a lot. The beautiful Ronika. Happy holidays to that couple. Hope my boy Jordan Love gets well. He's in concussion protocol. And they can win with Malik Willis. They should have won Saturday night. They gave it away because the defense choked it up and the onside kick. Speaking of collapses, remember when Tampa Bay was 6-2? They're 1-6 since then. Injuries. I think they toned Todd Bowles out. And give Carolina a lot of credit. Bryce Young is coming on strong. Isn't it funny? Bryce Young, Purdy's healthy again. Sunshine, you know him as Trevor Lawrence. Bo Nix, Drake May. Those are your new up and coming stars in the league at quarterback. This year's quarterback draft sucks ass. I don't want to hear about that quarterback from Oregon. He's trash. Mendoza, I like, you know. So right now, like I said, when you look at the league right now, he likes Harbaugh and definitely has improved the Chargers each season. He's been there. But I think Sean Payton, Kyle Shanahan, Mike Vrabel is the coach of the year. Me personally, I'll give it to Shanahan, but it looks more and more because remember, Chicago is a big market. It's looking more and more they're going to give it to Ben Johnson. He's either Ben Johnson or Vrabel. I'm not trying. I'm not buying the Trevor Lawrence and Jags hype. They'll probably lose in the first round. And play if the Jags aren't winning a Super Bowl. I never said they were, but they'll be a tough out in the AFC. I did the game up here Sunday against Denver. They were very impressive. Very impressive. And once they see, I judge these teams because I see all of them now. Since the last 3 years, I have the Sunday ticket. For any team to get out of the conference, the one thing they have to do is run the football. And when you look at the AFC, okay, Houston, shaky with running game. They got everything else but a consistent running game. Okay. Jaguars got ETN, and the second I said Sunday, But they should hand off to ETN. They did. ETN. They did. He got 26 yards first, then go at the 4. Trevor Lawrence did the old quarterback sneak, and they really did a number on Denver on Sunday in Denver. Now remember, folks, the last 2 Sundays in Denver, the weather was absolutely gorgeous. The weather was in the 60s. Seattle. If Kenneth Walker plays the way he did against the Rams, and if Seattle can go on the road and win, so Seattle's fine. They don't win the division. They're 13-2 the last 2 years on the road with 2 road games left. They know how to win on the road. They know how to win on the road. Seattle. I don't worry about Seattle. They know how to win on the road. And there's a couple other teams. The Rams, I think their problem is their running backs are kind of smallish. That's what McVay likes. So who is me to argue with McVay? San Francisco is perfect. McCaffrey is my MVP. What a job he's done. The 49ers are a well-oiled machine now. The Bears I love. Ben Johnson, his play calling, brilliant. Bears are very complete. Them, the Jaguars, New England. Buffalo has a running game. Their receivers suck against those A.F.C defenses. And the head coach McDermott's scared to lose. He likes to play close to the vest. And that hurts everybody. And you're looking at a Buffalo Pittsburgh rematch, and the Steelers have not. Aaron Rodgers said it. They haven't forgot what the Bills did to him 3 weeks ago. I'm gonna say this right now, Buffalo fan. You go to Pittsburgh this time, get ready, because Steeler fan ain't gonna take your BS. I think of any fan base. I can tell you right now, the worst fan base. I'm talking about not like bandwagon, anything like that. One of the worst fan bases is the New England fan base and the Buffalo fan base. Bunch of rednecks, and Boston's known for being racist. So those two fan bases are tough, bro. And they're gonna go up against each other in 2 weeks. Expect fireworks, and I will take Aaron Rodgers any day of the week, and he's beginning to percolate now. Okay. Oh, the Seattle game was awesome. Thursday night, I did this game up, and I went off the air when the Chargers, when the Rams, and the course scored. Next thing you know, Mr. Miami tells me, "Yo, Mace, Seattle's driving. They're in the red zone." I came back up here, and Donald threw the touchdown. Then he threw the 2-point conversion. I said, one of the best games I've seen all year. Both Chicago and Packer games are up there. That game was up there. But the game that opened my eyes was Denver. How the Jaguars just walked in there and flexed their muscle. And it's going to be interesting now because, like I said, I just gave you the standings. Jaguars went out, and one more Bronco loss. The Broncos will be the 2 seed. New England will be the 3, and the Jaguars will be the 1. And everything goes through Duval County. And Brock Purdy, Brock Purdy, uh, Trevor Lawrence, they're getting hot at the right time. It's playoff time. You have to throw this baby in here. Bryce Young is warming up too. What a performance! He was great against the Rams. He was great against Tampa Bay. And don't look now. If Carolina wins Sunday, folks, that is going to send shockwaves. And I'll be monitoring that game, by the way, because I'll be doing the Dolphins and the Buccaneers. I made this switch and this to Seattle and Carolina. And then I'll come back Sunday night and give you the 49ers and the Bears, which is going to be awesome in San Francisco. So to wrap this up, Harbaugh, great job. Chargers, playing well. Houston and Denver. I don't think they beat Houston on Saturday. I did Houston already in straight football. If Houston can, if I'm Houston, I'll run with Nick Chubb. I'll go with Chubb and see what I got. That's what I would do. So, so we're out of here. I'll see you guys tonight. Thank you for coming. Fred Ward, you're the best. Good afternoon from the Oasis. Thank you for watching Straight Football. Have a good day, everybody.